Good evening. Happy Monday. Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays.
It has been a nice time. Those that haven't seen our faces in a little while.
Yeah, it's been about
3 weeks.
almost, yeah.
3 weeks. Last time they saw us was before Thanksgiving. We was giving them all the gems on how to cook up for this holiday season.
Oh, that's a fact.
And so, with that in mind, the holiday season is here. And now we're going to break off from the glitz and the glamour, the hustle and the grind. And we're really going to get into the business owner as a person.
Okay.
But in the meantime,
I'm with that.
It's the Making Mogul Hour. It is Sir Vajano Alexander. You are here between 7 and 8. And that means you're here with the amazing Making Moguls team. Thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button, hit that subscribe,
Definitely subscribe.
do all of that stuff. And it is Sir Vajano Alexander. If you can't find me, you ain't looking hard enough. And I'm here with the one, the only.
Your favorite dime, baddest CEO. That's down with a Y, not an I.
Get it right. And you're here on Making Moguls, where you either win with us,
Or you watch us win.
and that's how it is.
So we always start the show with a small win, and we have a couple of weeks to make up for. So make it good.
Shoot. Whoa, damn. We put it like that.
Yeah.
Well, my small win is my win from this week.
Okay.
Because a couple of days ago, right here in this very space that y'all can't see. First of all, if y'all like the new setup, drop a comment.
Yes, definitely let us know what you think.
Because I'm liking this setup. I'm not gonna lie. I like this setup. It's a nice vibe. We're switching it up, keeping it flowing. I like the tree. I like the ambiance.
Right.
But my small win, sorry to get distracted, was that on Friday we hosted a Can of Canvas comedy show.
Yes.
It's a nice little puff and paint / comedy show. And I did my first ever stand-up comedy set. I'll take my little pauses.
Y'all, he was actually funny. I'ma say that.
Okay.
Because I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure like what was gonna happen. Look, I had faith in him, but I was a little nervous. I'm gonna be real. I wasn't sure.
That's fair, because funny doesn't always translate.
Right.
In person funny and conversational funny is different than standing up and telling jokes.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I understand that. But yeah, I got on that stage and I killed it. I'm not gonna lie. I really been feeling into that this whole weekend. Cause it was my first time ever doing a comedy set. I have at the last Can of Canvas comedy I hosted, and so I did the warm up and the opening, and I did do a little set, and it was fun, but it was very different not hosting, because like with hosting, I'm so used to controlling the vibe in a natural way, but like getting up there just to be a comedian was new for me, and it was exciting. It was exciting to really adapt and really just flow with the crowd and really, just own that stage in a way that it was very different for me, but felt very familiar, and it felt very nice because it felt like all of the other muscles that I've been practicing, improv when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, hosting the show and being able to keep that conversation flowing, hosting live and being able to connect with people, and really just using all that. Because my favorite part about it is I didn't write not a single joke.
Which was also kind of surprising to me.
Like, I knew what jokes I wanted to tell. I knew what
surprised.
points I wanted to hit, but I didn't write a single joke. I just trusted myself to deliver in a way that connected with the crowd. And
it's funny how things align, because the comedian right before you had a set that like just flowed right
Oh,
into
it was
yours.
so perfect. It was so perfect because we both work in a DOE. And originally, like I knew I wanted to talk about children and DOE and stuff, but then the way how he set it up, it changed my whole set as he's going.
Oh,
like,
really?
Because I was gonna lead from my experience first, and talk more about like genuinely just me, because I felt like I was introducing myself. But the way how he spun the whole like him working in DOE, I'm like, yeah, I'm a piggyback right on that. And
Affiliation.
I felt
of
the energy.
teachers.
I felt the energy, and I was like, all right, I know exactly how I'm gonna hit it. And it was.
I told you it's gonna
TV, don't be embarrassing me. Don't be embarrassing me now. We gotta get it together on the good broadcast, man. On the good broadcast, man. We doing this.
That's hilarious. But yeah, it definitely was a good show. Shout outs to Vanetta Schofield, my homegirl. She held it down. She was funny too. Like,
Yeah, she was.
Everybody was funny in their own ways. Like I did laugh the entire time, but you can tell kind of just like there's a difference in the setup between each person.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to have everybody have their own style. It was also nice for a comedy show with 1, 2, 3, and the host, so 4 comedians. That nobody bombed.
Yeah.
Like everybody, sure. And that's funny because I not only just recently, because I've been going to more comedy shows recently, but in general, there's at least 1 or 2 people that just that night that's just not their night. But we all killed it in our own ways. We all acting up now. Behave yourself next time. It's fine. It was a nice intro.
We tried.
We're gonna get it one way or the other.
Shout outs to the producer.
Yeah, live studio production right quick. Adjusting the cameras and whatnot. But yeah, it was really nice to have everyone flow like that, and go from set to set. Everybody had their own comedic style, but it really felt rich in comedy, and it really felt like we were really connecting with the audience. And that was really nice. And it felt, I don't know, for some reason it felt real polished, even though I don't know. It just felt real polished compared to a lot of comedy shows I've been to. And those are professional comics that like are doing lineup after lineup. And my favorite part was I got invited to do more comedy. I got invited to do some more shows.
I was waiting for that part.
So, I guess I'm starting my new side quest 2026. I'm hosting some comedy. So if y'all want to come out and see your boy on some stages, rocking some open mics, some comedy mics. I don't know, I'm
okay.
I technically have one
we gonna
next Friday, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet.
Okay.
I might
practice.
I might
We need to do some like little open mics and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta do a couple open mics just to test out some jokes, but I think I'm gonna really go hard in the new year, really have some I'm gonna cook up some jokes for my birthday. I'm gonna cook up some jokes for my birthday.
That's gonna be interesting.
Oh, so that's gonna be real nice. And then I'm gonna do a little comedy tour, a little nice little something. So
my guy is talking about a whole comedy after one set. That's that confidence. I love it. Love it. I'm here for it.
When you get up and you do your thing, you gotta keep doing your thing. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have a little fun.
You did a great job, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and really did it.
Did it. Jumped off the porch. Again, either y'all win with us or y'all watch us win. That's how we do it, baby. What about you, Dom?
I didn't start any new side quests. Okay, because I really...
you gotta have too many side quests.
Yeah, I be having too many. That's the problem. So my small win is actually a big win.
Okay.
So technically, as you guys know, we haven't been on air for 3 weeks. And that's mainly because I guess, I finally made the decision to make the move. So I now technically live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there for 3 weeks, just kind of like re-implementing myself into, family and just being in a different space, a different element.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then part two of my small win is that I did the big girl thing and planned out like all of these things that I have to do while I am here in New York before I go back. So, went to the dentist today, all the little things that need to happen. I haven't had glasses in like months now. And so I've been walking around blind, but I can see,
Ish.
I can see with my glasses.
Now she could see.
Yeah,
now
when
she
I put them
see.
on. Yeah, don't
now,
have them on right now. But yeah. So I'm very excited to start this new journey, so to speak, because I've been in Florida mad times. I've visited. My entire family lives there, so I've been there a lot, but not in a capacity of, okay, let me consider actually living here and actually building and expanding to a new space. But I needed a change of scenery. And what I realized while I was out there was that there's a big difference between being there and being here. Of course, like culture and the speed of how quickly things are going. Where's the money? Like that was my biggest thing. I was like, I told my mother, I'm like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna have to go back and forth because I haven't found out where the money is here yet. I need to figure that out and figure out, like, get my footing and make new connections and all the things. So, it's definitely gonna be a process. But I'm open to it and I'm happy that I finally made that decision. So yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Just don't get caught up with the Florida man and all the craziness.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm like terrified to like, I'm good because like, first of all, how do you meet people? Like I be meeting everybody online.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm straight. Like I'm really like, what's the step-by-step process on getting from online to in person? That means I gotta get in your car or meet you somewhere, and I like both things. I'm not.
Yeah,
we good. I'm there to grow my business and be around my family. That's my focus. Anything else, anyway, that's not a priority right now.
And there's nice people in Florida somewhere.
Somewhere is don't look. All right. Don't scare me.
No disrespect to Florida, because at some point I would like to have a house somewhere in Florida, just away from the red hat people. Yeah, but anyway. Congratulations, Dom, on your move. Congratulations. We're gonna be down here holding it down while you out there.
Yes.
Doing what we gotta do. So we're gonna be rocking, and as always, they either gonna win with us or they're gonna watch us win. So
yep.
That's how we move.
So today, what we talking about?
All right. So today, it's the holiday season. And this is the time of the year when things get the most stressful. This is the time for reflection. This is the time when people are trying to balance the books. Either they listened to us over the last couple of shows and they was running the sales, trying to get back in the black, or they didn't, and they thinking about next year. This is the time when people start spending more and having less because they're trying to, support their family and trying to show out. But I wanted to take this time and this show to really talk about the person behind the vision, the person behind all the dreams, all the stress, all the struggles, all the grind. And that person is you. And I wanted to take this time in this hour or however long we take with this to really give you guys tips, tricks, and helpful do-hows on running your business a little bit smoother, a little bit easier, and a little bit taking the load off. Because things only had, I don't know about you, but things only got more stressful in 2025.
Yeah.
There was, unless you walked into the year with millions of dollars, we ain't get no breaks. We ain't get no breaks. They just pumped the gas on us and laughed in our faces. And I ain't like that. I ain't like that this year. This year they was doing a little too much. And they was expecting a lot from us this year. And that was really the thing. It was expecting a lot from us. To do more with less. We had the government shutdown. We had people not getting unemployment. We had people not getting food stamps. We had a lot. And a lot of those people, were not a lot, but a significant amount of those people were entrepreneurs or people trying to start their businesses or people trying to figure it out. Some people turned to figuring it out, turn to entrepreneurship to try to figure it out in that time. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of necessity was the forefront for this year. And so I wanted to take the time to really lock in with you guys and give you guys what I feel is a nice toolkit to help pace yourself, to help de-stress while still running your business, okay? Because if you don't take this time, stress, burnout, health will sit your ass down. Mm-hmm. And it's better to work when you're sitting down than have to sit down and not work. That's just how I feel.
That's a good point.
So that's where I wanted to start today. That's really where I wanted to really piggyback in. And the first thing I wanted to start in, which I preach every single time, is getting your business in order in terms of taking the time to organize your business and getting the things necessary to protect your assets. All right?
Can we start somewhere else?
Okay.
So I want to talk a little bit about the mental health factor of being a business owner.
Let's start there then. And then we'll get into
It's hard.
Yo.
It is so hard. It is so hard. And you know what? There's a lot of people out there that will make it seem like, oh, it's a cakewalk, so easy. You see whatever you see on social media, and those that are not transparent with business and where they are in it, can definitely paint this picture that makes you feel like you're far behind or that you are too old, too young, you don't look the way that, you need to look for this perfect picture of what a business owner is. And honestly, that's not going to end. It's not going to end. But what I feel like people need to do more is give themselves grace. You have to give yourself grace. Mm-hmm. You have to be realistic with where you are and where you want to be. I'm really considering on starting a AA for business owners, like a support group for entrepreneurs, because currently I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about it, but I am going to bring it up because unfortunately I don't know where we are in the moment mentally, but I have a friend who is currently in the hospital. He attempted to unalive himself. And this is a really close business friend. I'll tell you after who it is, but a really close friend of mine, who I've done business with. He's very familiar with me and, my aunt and my child, and, to hear that whatever he was going through took him to that place. I've spoken to a couple of people, and the consensus is that, oh, well, nothing can make me feel that way, and I would never do that. And it's like, maybe you feel like you would never do that, but there are people that either listen to the show, people that are in our networks, people that we don't know that feel a way and need someone to talk to or feel like they need more resources, like they need more help. Like it's it's this or it's nothing. And then once this becomes nothing, they don't have anything else. You get what I'm saying? So my main thing is I just want people to be more mindful of where they are mentally, and reach out and talk to people. Like, we speak a lot on the show and have spoken a lot on the show about community. You have to find your tribe, because trying to do it alone, even if you are a solopreneur, you're the only person in your business, and you're the maintenance person, the social media manager, you do your own website, you handle all of your paperwork and contracts, you're the one in front of the camera, behind the camera, all the things. Even if that is your current case, you still have to find peers that can relate to you. And even if they're not, mentally where you are, just be able to feed off of other people. But yeah, I wanted to start in a space that's not so based on business. Okay. We talk a lot about business, and that's great. But the human behind the business has to take care of their self before you can even think that you can help a client or a customer. Like, there is no business if you're not okay. Until you get it to a point of automation and all of that stuff, then great.
Even then, I want people to recognize that, because we all hope for that, right? We get to the point where our business runs without us, right?
Right.
Steve Jobs died, and Apple was never the same.
That's a fact.
Steve Jobs passed away, and that company has never been the same. So I say that to say your business needs you, even if it doesn't need you. Okay? Because at the end of the day, your business is an extension of you. It's an extension of your ideas, an extension of your hopes, your dreams, and all of that manifested and put forth. And with that being said, if you don't take care of you, and when I say take care of you, because you brought up some really good points, right? First thing I mean in taking care of you is being realistic, right? We all want to make it to $1 million. We all wish it could happen tomorrow, right?
For sure.
But a legacy is not built in a day. It's not built in a week. It's not built in a month, and it's not built in a year.
Could take you 10, 20 years just to get.
It takes you a lifetime to build a legacy. Okay, that's something you're gonna work on for the rest of your life. Okay, and we don't know how much time each of us have left, right? And sometimes it gets cut short either by something we didn't have in control over, or something that took control of us, right? And with all of that being said, I say all of that to say, do not let the glitz and glamour of what people sell you as the entrepreneur lifestyle control how you maneuver in your entrepreneur lifestyle. Okay? Right. Because this is America. Understand, at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a free meal. Okay? There's no such thing as a free meal. And that comes especially in business. All right? If somebody shows up to your door saying, hey, I can make your business do X, Y, and Z. All you got to do is A, B, and C, and you don't got to do nothing. There's something there that they're gaining out of that. Okay? Nobody gets up to tell you that they're doing fine without wanting something from you. If they were doing fine, they would have left you alone. You understand that? Nobody's going to record a whole video to be like, hey, look how successful I am. Let me go away. No. There's a benefit for them. And we've gotten to the point now, especially now, where people are using AI, people know how to insert themselves in the marketing scheme, that everything is used to hook you and to sell you and to try to mold the lifestyle around what they think you need, okay? They're going to be on private jets that they rented for a photo shoot trying to show you that they flying out. They got cars and telling you how much sales they made that month. But again, it's all a prop. It's all a prop to sell you a lifestyle so that you feel inadequate, so that you didn't feel, oh, I launched my business in 30 days. I'm successful in 300 days or whatever the hell it is. At the end of the day,
their job is literally to make you believe it.
And it's to make you believe it. That's their whole job.
Yeah.
And then they make money by selling you whatever course it is, whatever. And even if it is that you sign up for free, your data is what they're selling. Your connections is what they're selling.
And eventually they're always going to try to upsell you on something else.
On something else, bro. Nobody does this stuff for free, okay? We get on this platform. It's not free. It's not monetized, but it's not free because we advertising our expertise here. We're building our platform here. We get something out of this. And I'm being transparent with you. I want to get clients through this. I want to get speaking gigs. I want to get clients that I'm working with. I want to be able to use this brand to build my brand. That's what I get out of this. Right?
And to that point, it's don't feel like it's a problem, right? I tell people all the time, you go into any room, you better leave with something. Because at the end of the day, if you are not able to be used, you're useless. And if you're useless, then what's the point, right? But there's a difference between being valuable and someone seeing that value and wanting to contribute to it to receive a mutual value or benefit and being taken advantage of. Right? Or putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. So there's a big difference. A lot of people try to make it seem like a negative thing when someone wants to align themselves with you so that they gain something off of it. That's life. That's what's supposed to happen. That's my opinion.
Again, you got to protect yourself with that because that's a good point. I'm going to align myself with anything that benefits me.
Right.
If you don't make the relationship mutually beneficial, then you're allowing yourself to be used.
Exactly.
And that's something I had to learn the hard way. I used to love to help everybody.
We told you how we met.
I grabbed a broom.
He started sweeping after an event, but we've made money together. We become really close friends. Like, this is my brother. So at the end of the day, he showed that he was valuable. I may not have known at the time where or what he was valuable in, but he showed that, okay, he's willing to come in and he don't even know me and help me. And then I showed the same back to him.
And I know, again, I did all of that, but I made sure, like, all right, Dom, I see you can do X, Y, and Z, and I need your help with X, Y, and Z. I'm helping you with A, B, and C. Can you help me with X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
And that is a conversation that you have to get comfortable with having, because every second you don't have that conversation is a second that somebody else is pulling value away from you that you're not getting back. Yeah. Okay? And again, it is no problem in investing in the future. All right? There's no problem in, like, all right, I know this person's valuable. I don't need nothing right now. So I'm going to invest in them, but again, you got to know what your price is. You got to know what your hard limit is. Because you could do 5 things for somebody, on the 6th thing, you're like, I'm done. I did 5 things for you. I have shown my value. Okay?
Right.
So whatever that number it is, and again, I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you if one favor, if it's one phone call, but you got to know your limits, right? You got to find out what it is where you're pulling away from yourself, when you're pulling value away from what you're doing, and you're allowing other people to dictate where your energy is going. And you, as a business owner, have to find that balance, because at the end of the day, you do need people, you need your network. But if you let people, they will take everything from you, and that includes people that's looking to help you. Okay?
Oh yeah, that's a fact. You have to train people how to work with you, like how to be in your world, right? I'm an individual. I have my own set of issues, my own set of, wins and achievements and goals and everything, right? He has his own for himself. You have your own for yourself. So when I create anything and I'm like, all right, I need to talk to VJ about X, Y, and Z, I bring that to him, but for him, it's an external thing until he puts himself into it. right? So you just really got to think about all of the different sides of a situation, especially when you're dealing with other people in your business.
And I agree. And to piggyback on that, one of the things that I really hope people understand with this whole thing is pacing, right? Because especially when you're an entrepreneur and you get with other creatives, people get excited.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's malicious. Sometimes they see what you can value and they're like, oh, yeah, I could get something out of it. And sometimes it's well intentioned. Sometimes I just get excited and now I think we could conquer the world together.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't let somebody else dictate the pace you can't run at, okay? Because I've done that before. I've had people see me and they be like, oh, yo, we could do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, A, B, C. And I'm like, yeah. And now I'm burnt out because I've had all the things I had to do. Yeah. But now this person's so excited that they excited me, and now I'm working on this project, and I'm not dealing with anything that I have to deal with. And I've learned so much. I think it's become almost a trauma response now. When somebody's like, yo, I think I'll be like, oh, let me check my schedule. Let me make sure. They be like, yo, all we need to, I'll be silent. I don't.
Yeah, why is this a we? You haven't even finished the thought.
Parlez-vous français? No. Because I don't know about this we. Like, I do not anymore. I'm telling you, I do not. Even if it's an idea I am 100% behind, I do not commit nothing until I take the time to really understand what that commitment is. Because it is so much better to just not take it on than to have, especially as an entrepreneur and a creative, to take on that, put your energy into it, get yourself all worked up, and now you have an attachment to this thing. Yeah. And now if it fails, if it doesn't fail, if wherever it goes, you are now attached to it. Your feelings is attached to it. Your mental is attached to it. Man. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your space. You gotta protect your energy, no matter how good an idea sounds.
That is so real. I went through that a lot this weekend. Yeah. Just like realizing that there are people that believe that they can do what I have done and then bring me into it and not put me in a position of, I won't say power, but like responsibility. Right? And so that stems from me having, nobody's perfect. I have a very big issue with telling people no. I have taken on a lot of additional responsibility that I don't need to have when it comes to other people's projects, right? So I realize, like, after I've said yes, or after even, sometimes I see the value in somebody or something, and I put myself into it, and I'm like, all right, I can help you in this way. And then they welcome it. Oh, they're so glad I put my name on it. Now I have my logo on things. And the tragedies that happen, and then it reflects back onto my business, it's a good thing that I've created my own. It's always a good thing to create your own brand within other people's situations, because then it'll hold true. Like, it'll still hold strong. People see the Dime Life logo, they know, okay, Dime's associated with this. I don't know about this other person, but I've had people join in on things simply because I'm attached. And that's like a pro and con of building a strong brand, because I don't co-sign everything. Just because I'm a part of it doesn't mean it's mine or that I'm running it. So there's been a lot of situations where it's like, okay, I don't run this, but you're coming to me, or a million people a part of it, and they'll come to me and they're asking questions, or they're trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going on here? And I don't have answers. So yeah, you have to be extremely selective.
And know when to play your role. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something I can relate to a lot, is that having to backtrack from that, you know what I mean? Like, building a good brand and building a good work ethic and building a good reputation will really have people show up and be like, oh, you are exactly what I need. I need you to do everything that you do, but for me. And I'll be like, huh?
Whoa.
Like, yeah, I need all of you over here.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yo, I went through that for so many years. Just people like, I really believe in you, Dime. You're so amazing. These people, they don't appreciate you. You need to come over here and like work with me and do this and this and this and this and this for me. And it's gonna be great. And we're gonna make a lot of money together and we're gonna do all these great things, right? And the conversation happens and either there's no real follow-up or there's no real, like, what I realize is even if I help you, right, and that's cool and all that, but one, a lot of the times that conversation really didn't follow up with any money, right? And let's be real, we need money.
Especially at this age. I ain't spent all this time doing what I did.
With the kids. I have a kid.
Yeah, and on top of that.
Okay, like, no. So it don't be no money, right? And not everything is money, but I have done this long enough and have enough accolades under my belt to say no if I'm not getting paid, right? So my issue is when the tables turn. And this is what you need to pay attention to, because anybody coming into your circle and saying, oh, all of them is the problem, you're amazing, come with me and do this with me, watch them and pay attention to when you need them to reciprocate that energy for you and your company or your projects or whatever it is that you're doing, and see if they actually do it. Because every single person without fail, except one, Charles to Dizzy, everybody else that's ever been like, I'm going to put you in a position to win, never was there when I needed them.
And it'd be specifically the people that say, I'm going to put you in a position to win if you do X, Y, and Z. Because there's a difference between supporting someone and what they got going on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's very different. Like, oh, I see what you're doing, let me add to it. That's different.
Right.
But when somebody's like, hey, I need you to take your skill set specifically and bring it to do what I need you to do.
That means I work for you.
Yeah.
Which means there should be a paycheck.
And like, I don't deal with that no more. Like, at all. At all, man. Like, just the other day, I had a meeting where somebody was like, oh, you know, we got this coming up, we got that coming up, and I see you doing your thing. I need you to just do this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, okay. Because I know the next conversation going to come with an invoice.
Right.
I'm not about to go. You're not about to tell me you're about to go get rich.
No.
And you need me to go do work. And the conversation wasn't, this is your percentage or this is your paycheck. Cause
right.
I'm not about to, you can go get rich if you want. I'm not bothering me. Man, it is not bothering me.
I hope that you do get rich. And I hope that it goes well. And I want everybody to be extremely successful. And I will not feel away if I'm not involved.
Nope, I've learned. That's another thing.
I had to get there.
That's another thing, too. That's the second part of this. Stop comparing yourself and stop using that comparison as a reason to attach. Because we live in a world that is molded by clout at this point. Because clout was a thing we was leaving high school and was now coming into fruition. You know what I mean? And I've watched it rear its ugly head in a way that has now transformed society, that people are willing to do outlandish things for what they perceive as clout. You know what I mean? And in a world of influencers, in a world of, oh, tag me for this or do this and that, just because somebody having their moment in the sun does not mean that, one, your time isn't coming, or two, that you need to touch that. Because their moment in the sun could be rotten. Their moment in the sun could be eggs frying on a sidewalk. Their moment in the sun could be methane gas, bro. Like, just because you see somebody shining don't mean they're not burning out. Like,
Right.
and as we talk about so much on this thing about being prepared for your moment, being prepared to take advantage of all of this stuff, if somebody's out there floundering around because they got 100,000 views or whatever it is, and they trying to capture that moment, and they don't have a plan, you getting in that is just gonna mess you up. It's just gonna make you start working. You gonna be like, oh word, they got this. I could get no. Stop doing all that. Stop playing on people's potential. Stop trying to tap into that. Run your race. Run your race at a pace that works with you. And this is an actual perfect thing. And I learned this through the motorcycle community, right? When we ride motorcycles, we love to ride together, right? We know big groups, small groups. You get on a motorcycle, you see somebody else, you just I wasn't even going in that direction, but you riding, I'm riding, we go in that direction, right? But they always say ride your ride. No matter how many groups you in, ride your ride. And what that means is you ride at your skill level, right? Yeah. If me and this person is nice and he goes zoop, 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 and I don't have the confidence to zoop, 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 leave his ass. Leave his ass. Because he could have seen something that I didn't see. And he made a left when I was supposed to make a right. And I made a left after him, and now my ass is hanging off this bridge, okay? And a lot of that comes because you want to follow. You want to make sure that you're in the limelight. Oh, this person made that sharp turn. I want to catch that sharp turn. Oh, this group is going over here. I want to go over there. Oh, this group is riding at 90, and I'm comfort at 70. I'm riding at 90, and you're pushing yourself to keep up with somebody that you're not. That you're not comfortable doing, that you haven't developed the skills and the set. And the perfect thing is this. Let's say you go attach yourself to somebody else that's going up, blowing up 100,000 views, and your business is not built to sustain what comes with 100,000 views. Why did you attach yourself to that? Because now, the best case scenario, you also got 100,000 views and nothing to do with it.
Right.
At worst case scenario, you floundering with the new attention and causing bad press to your business. It wasn't your time, but you wanted to jump and attach yourself to something that had nothing to do with you.
You have to find your own little piece of reality and hang on to it. Because the way the world is going, like it'll be tough. It'll be tough, but you got to hold on to that because like you said, you got to run your own race. At the end of the day, everybody has ideas, everybody has all these things, all these wonderful things that they want to do. And some of them will fail, and some of them will be a lesson, and others will be successful, right? But at the end of the day, if you are trying to be somebody else, then it's not authentic. If you're trying to replicate somebody else down to every little single bit, because not everything is, it just comes back. Right. No idea usually is really original. I haven't heard of anything that somebody else hasn't already done or tried at least. Right. But you bring your own little flair, you bring your own thing, and that's what creates the brand. That's what makes a brand. The business is what you're doing, but the brand is why you're doing it, who you are while you're doing it, who you're speaking to. That's what creates the brand. So if you are trying to replicate somebody else's brand, it's not going to translate the way that you want it to translate. It's not going to make sense. And it's not going to last.
And it's not going to last for real.
And then you're just going to be stressed and depressed.
And we don't need that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Because, and that's now we're going to get into that part that I talked about in the beginning.
Yes.
Don't do more than you are prepared to do. And when I say that, I mean, if you start in a business and your business is not registered and it's not all of that stuff, please don't go selling no plates. I understand everybody want to hustle, but there's a reason why I'm telling you this.
Calculated risk, guys.
Because, if you sell a plate to the wrong person, and they get sick and they sue your ass, you're going to jail. No. I want you to understand. Because again, I support all small businesses. I done had to hustle and make things work. But you understand the risk you're taking. You sell someone food and get them sick, you will go to jail. That is a FDA thing. You have to have insurance to sell food in this country. Okay? If you want to be a nail tech and you don't get your certifications and you go infect somebody cuticle, bro, you in trouble. So take the time to prepare your business, to understand what limited liability means, to understand what works to protect your assets, to protect your peace of mind, okay? Even if that means it takes a little extra 2 months, you might take some time to save up. Because, I understand that. I rushed a lot of businesses. I rushed a lot of ideas because I was like, I don't want to wait.
We all have.
And again,
like, I have to do it right now.
Right now. And I done learned the right now lumps and bruises because I wanted to do it right now. And you can save yourself a lot of time if you take the time to do your research, set your business up the right way.
Do it properly.
If you don't have the money to spend on and investing in your business, because again, here's something I learned the hard way, okay? Yes, you can shoestring any budget. But you cannot skimp or avoid the necessary things you need to progress in your business. You can't skimp on that.
That's true.
And when you think you're skimping on it, all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. And I've learned that the hard way. I was like, oh, I didn't need this. I needed it. I was just running around pretending like I didn't need it. And so I was working 2x, 3x, 4x as hard when all I needed to do was get the thing. If I needed $2,000 was an investment, but instead I started with $200, then I spent $4,000 because I spent $2,000 trying to make the $2,000 over the time. When I could have just waited and made the $2,000.
That's so real. That is so real. You spend so much more money trying to trying to take shortcuts. And especially in America. And America is the place where you will learn it is way more expensive to be poor and to be cheap than it is to actually just invest. That's a fact. Because cheap things break. Cheap things don't last. Cheap things are quick fixes that cost you more in the long run. If you invest in quality, it will last you. I'd rather you spend $200 that's going to last you $200 and spend $20 here, $20 there, $20 there, $20 there, and now you spend $3. It happens. This is why you got to take advantage of what is out there. And that's the second part right there. With all the things you're not supposed to do, please take advantage of the things that you can take advantage of. We live in an age of information and commodities, okay? We live in an age where everyone is trying to sell you something, but for good reason, because we have a lot of innovation. We have a lot of new things in the market. We have a lot of people whose job it is to help people's job be easier, okay? Yes. And you take the time to research these things. Take the time to figure out what implements for you. Implement these things into your life, into your business, into your cycle. If there's a program that could take a 3-hour process and turn it into a 1-hour process, look into it. Research it. See if it works for you. Because these things right here, saving yourself the time and the effort, if you have the money, hire somebody. Trust me. Hire a good professional and watch them like a hawk. Okay? Because that is so much better. Trust me, it's so much better than all the time. Because again, all you have at the end of the day, forget the money, you have a limited amount of time on this earth to complete all the projects, all the ideas, all the experiences that you have. Okay? Forget the money, forget everything else. That is your currency, it's your time. And your time is a 24/7 thing because you're an entrepreneur. You want to do this, you want to show off your brand. Yeah, that's a fact. And I'm big on like energy and manifesting and all that type of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And what I realized is that one, there is power in your words. Mm-hmm. So you need to be very careful about how you speak on yourself and your business. But I also learned that things that you expend out into the universe, you get back, right? And most of the time when people say stuff like that, they're talking about like negative things, like, oh, you do this to somebody, that's karma, right? It's gonna come back to you, whatever. But when I say that, I'm specifically talking about money. You ever realize when you hold on to your money, it don't grow.
It just disappears.
It's just like you just don't know where it went. But when you spend your money and you don't hold on to it, it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Now, I'm not saying blow your money. That's
no. I like invest.
Yeah.
Like invest into stuff. Intentionally spend on things that are necessary for life, business, family, whatever. But what I'm saying is, I had a conversation one day with one of my homegirls. Shout out to Asia Golden.
Shout out to Asia. Damn.
I haven't spoken to her about.
I was
she's doing great. She's doing great.
My brain,
she's like,
wait, Asia.
Yeah, directing Lola Brooke videos, all types of stuff.
Shit.
Love that girl.
Congratulations, Asia. We gotta get her on the show.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna reach out to her. But I remember we had a conversation one time, and she was saying that she wanted to. It was a metaphor, like she was metaphorically speaking, but she said that she wanted like a lobster dinner, something like that. Like she was hungry and she'd rather spend the money because it was expensive. Whatever it was that she needed to get, it was an expensive thing. But the decision was between basically the more expensive thing and the cheaper option. And of course, at the time, I'm not thinking, like, she really opened up my way of thinking. I think about it all the time, the way she put it. But she was basically saying that when I'm going to spend the $100 on getting the lobster because, one, that's what I want. But two, when I spend it, I get it back. And I've realized every time I try to save all of this money and just, like, penny pinch kind of, it does nothing for me. But when I spend, we've invested in the studio. I've bought, equipment and X, Y, and Z. I've paid this, paid that, whatever. It always comes back faster. Mm-hmm. Like it's like as if I'm attracting the money back into my pocket. Mm-hmm. But I had to spend it first in order to receive it back.
And that's funny because that works on two levels. One, on the energetic level. The more you put out into the universe, because some people believe, I've learned from many different pathways, and one of the theories is that money is a measure of how well you see, hear, and know yourself, right? Okay. And so when you're afraid to spend the money, you're afraid to trust yourself.
Yes.
And the more you confidently spend money, the more you put into the universe that, hey, I'm willing to give in order to give myself. And the universe understands that and reciprocates in kind. But also on the second part, this is America. You can't make money. America works literally on a and I hope you really do understand this. This does not, America works like this in every facet of the world. America's like, hey, you want things? Spend money. We got everything for you. Spend money. You want to make money? We'll give you money. Make us money. And then you'll make money.
Yeah.
Make us money and then you'll make money. You know what that is called? That is either called an investment in your brand, that is called a JOB, or it's called a loan.
Correct.
Every single one of those is, hey, make us money and we'll make you money. Nobody invests in a business because they're like, oh, I got a couple $100,000. Let's see what happens. No. Yeah. They're like, oh.
They even make it.
I think I'm going to get a 10% return on this. And that's what I want.
Right. They even make it, a little complicated to get the grants. You actually have to put work in to receive those. But the companies that are giving grants generally receive that money to give away.
Yeah.
Or they raise that money to give away. They still benefit off of giving away the money.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't be a business. Like, it wouldn't be a company.
Even if it's a nonprofit, they generated that money so that they could write it off, so it could be a tax write-off, so that whoever donated the money cannot have to pay that share in taxes.
Exactly.
That's how this works, man. America is a place that you make money by making other people money, okay? This is why we had a whole episode on OPP, OPM, other people's money,
Yes.
and other people's properties. Because America, that is the place that you live in. And the more you understand that, the more you understand that, hey, if I create value for someone else monetarily, it's the currency of how I make money. Because again, on a simple level, if you save the money and you put it all in your pocket, say you had $100,000 and you sat it in your pocket. In 10 years, that $100,000 is not going to be worth $100,000 off of inflation alone.
Not.
Off of inflation alone. If it didn't invest, if it didn't appreciate in any value, just sitting there, that money loses value. Our money loses value every year. And over the last 5 years, between inflation, COVID, and all the nonsense, our money has lost a lot of value. Look how expensive things are. And half of that is just inflation, and half of it is corporate greed, knowing that, oh, we can use this excuse to charge people an arm and a leg. And it's either you're going to play the game and you're going to get hip to it and you're going to understand that this is the truth of the matter. And it's either you're going to be the person that they're siphoning from, or you're the person that's going to be contributing to the systems that they're giving you money so that you could go spend it, so that you can make money, so they can make money.
Pick a side.
Pick a side. And so I'm telling you, there's a lot more we could go into this conversation. There's a lot more.
There is.
But I really hope that we don't lose you in the understanding that you and all of this is to protect you, the owner, the entrepreneur, the dreamer, the person with an idea. This is to protect you, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. Being an entrepreneur is consuming.
It is.
Being an entrepreneur means that you have to be your biggest, most strongest support. Doesn't mean you can't rely on anyone else, but you have to be your biggest, strongest support. But you are also human.
Yeah.
And being human recognizes that every day you can't show up the same. Every day you don't have the same capacities. Every day the things that you deal with in your personal life will affect you in one way or the other. And if you don't prepare for these things, if you don't check the human side of things, if you don't actually have a plan for all of these things, and this is the last thing, right? Most people in life never prepare for death.
That's a fact.
And all of us have to experience it.
Yep.
And so what happens every single time the death happens, it's unexpected. And the people who are left behind
Other people that gotta handle it.
have to handle it without any guidance of what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens in your personal life, and that will definitely happen in your business. So please prepare yourself so that whenever the time is that you are not there, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, that you are prepared, that those around you are prepared, and that this wasn't a shock. Because at some point you're going to step away. And you want that process and that transition getting to that point to be something that you're prepared for. All the way through. Because that is so much more calming, that's so much more peaceful, because it is inevitable. You gotta pay taxes, you're gonna die one day. And I don't mean that to be morbid, I mean that to give you hope that every step that you take can be a step of a building block that saves you a headache in the future and saves your legacy a ding and a nick. Because that's what we're here for. And we building and we doing all this together. So please take care of yourself. Please make sure that you watch your mental. Please make sure that you're taking care of your physical. And please make sure you're pacing yourself. Because without all of those things, you can't win.
Yeah, and you definitely need to just make sure that you utilize the resources that are out there in order to make sure that you are good. So remember that you are not a robot.
Nope.
Okay.
You are not AI.
You are definitely not AI. None of us are. But you want to pay attention to how you feel. Your feelings matter. They're valid. Um, you don't want to put your emotions into business, but you do want to always pay attention to how you are feeling. Because once you start feeling overwhelmed and burnt out and all the things, just know the crash is coming. So assess at that moment, okay, what do I have to do to kind of slow down? Maybe you need to take a day, take a couple days off, go on vacation. If you can't afford to go on vacation, go on a staycation, you know?
Why you can't afford to go on vacation if I taught you how to write off your business trips?
Right. They can write off their business trips. But some people do feel like they don't have the upfront to go on that vacation. So VJ is going to do a nice little, travel episode at some point.
Yes.
In send somebody on vacation. Yes. But what I mean right now is identify where you are, be realistic, like we've said in this episode, and make sure you plan. This is the last full week of 2025. And though there is nothing you could do to stop the time from going, it's going to speed by, especially with the holiday. But by this point, you should have the whole first quarter planned out. And you should have everything ready to launch. Okay? So whatever holidays, promotions and stuff you have running now, at this point is probably almost over, because if you're shipping products, it's probably not going to get to them on time.
Unless you and Amazon got a deal.
Listen, maybe you in your car. They might be in a car doing deliveries. I don't know. Local deliveries only. I feel you. Get your money. But holiday season time frame is over. We are in New Year's season. This is first quarter that is planned, prepped, and ready to go, right? We got all the holidays marked down of what you doing with your business for each of them holidays. You got your social media calendar together. You have your content coming together, even if it's not all together, all the way until the end of the first quarter. You have most of it prepared, right?
And if you don't,
do it now.
Yep. But also, if you don't, and you don't feel like you have the capacity for the first quarter, it's okay. You got four quarters.
Yeah, tackle it.
Tackle it in quarter two. Mm-hmm. If you're looking at it and you're like, yo, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but this is a lot.
Yeah.
Scale back.
Take your time.
Scale back.
That's what he meant by pacing yourself.
Listen, because I done did that. Listen. I done spent too many days. And I'm not even going to hold you. Being like, all right, I'm doing this quarter. And I get to the end of the quarter, I'm like, why did I set myself? Because then I accomplished 3 things. Mm-hmm. But now I'm mad that I didn't accomplish the 9 that I put on my board when I could have been happy with accomplishing the 3.
True.
So be realistic. Pace yourself. You know what needs to be done. You know what works. If you don't know what works, sit back over the holiday season with a nice cup of hot cocoa and the Making Moguls podcast, and you will learn all the things that work.
Yes.
But pace yourself. You got this. Whenever it comes out is the right time.
Right.
Okay? Whenever it drops, that's the right time. Okay?
And if you need help, we
are
here for. Reach out. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at The Making Moguls Show. You can email us. Starting in the first quarter, we are, first of all, our Calendly link is in our bio.
Uh-huh.
So please make sure, if you are interested in being on the show, it doesn't matter if you're local or somewhere else, not in New York City.
We go virtually lock you in.
Exactly. So definitely, lock in your interview. We'll reach out and, make sure things align to have you on the show. But we are bringing on more guests in 2026. We have a lot of dope events and projects that we are putting together.
Uh-huh.
So we're finally going to do the Mogul Retreat.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that. It's going to be lit. And just more resources based around making sure that you make it through.
Yep, we got y'all.
Yeah.
'Cause either you win with us
or you watch us win. So definitely like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you felt about this episode. Tell us if you like our new setup here. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you can follow me on Instagram at Dimesmith. That's Dime with a Y, not I.
Get it right. And I am Sir Vijano Alexander. I'm the only Vijano in existence. I'm not even going to tell you how to spell it, because if you can't find me, you ain't looking hard enough. Nope. That's all I got to say to that.
Yes. So take care of yourselves. You know, go find a therapist if you need one.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Please.
Reach out for help.
Talk to somebody.
Yes, reach out for help.
Talk to me.
Find your tribe.
But again, I'm only gonna take on what I could take on.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't set yourself up for people to emotionally dump on you.
No, I'm nobody's therapist. I will be there for you, but I'm nobody's therapist. Yeah. I've done that too many times. But again, we here for you. We'll point you to the right resources. We'll make sure that you're good, because we want y'all to win. For real.
That's
we genuinely do.
That's right.
So thank y'all for being here.
And we will see you next Monday.
Later.